blue skies, nice and crisp 10 degrees. It's middle of April 23, and I thought I'd just come out. I'm actually on my way to the gym, but I thought I'll take a little 10-minute detour just to get in a cheeky lane. I've just come back from doing the Wild Atlantic Way. I've not even aired down my tyres because I just come off a big stint from driving back from Holyhead. So my tyres are like rock hard. But if I even spent 10 minutes getting them down, I would have missed the opportunity to go and catch a gorgeous sunset. So I'm taking the chicken line today. Oh, I crawled up. But it's not about making it difficult for myself every time. It's about getting out and enjoying. Look at that! Look at the colour of that sky. I'm actually going to do this lane in both directions today because it spits me out facing the wrong way. So when I get to the end, I'll do a 11-point turn and come back round. In fact, because the view is better in the other direction, you can have me for a short while instead whilst I piece to camera. I hope everyone's well. I hope you're all good. I hope you're enjoying the spring. I'd love to hear what everyone's getting up to in terms of their trucks and their adventures and their laning. So much bumpier with an extra 15 psi in the tyres. I normally lane at about 24. It's like, I think, what's my maths like? I've got an extra 12 psi in at the moment. I'm running at about 36 front and back, matching. And God, it's so much bumpier. Gee whiz. Because I've just consistently been running. Sort that camera out. There we go. Because I've been consistently running like somewhere between 20 and 24 for the last 6 months on and off road. I just got sick of pumping them up and letting them down again. Especially with all that snow that we had. The difference feels significant. But not shy on traction, it's nice and dry. I've got the Toyo Open Country 80 pluses on, and everything is fine and dandy. Yeah, folks, I'd love to hear what you guys are up to with your trucks. So a couple of people have DM'd me. If you want to connect, Instagram's the best way. Old Boy Overland on Instagram. I'll pop the link in the comments as well. There's a few people I've been speaking to who've sort of been, we've missed the opportunity to catch up, but it's sort of in the pipeline, if that makes sense. Like we're trying to find opportunity to get out on some lanes together. So if you're ever in High Peak, Derbyshire, South Yorkshire, around the Sheffield area, anywhere around there, and you fancy an opportunity to catch up, man, connect. Let's get out, let's hit some lanes. I'm always keen to connect with more friendly and responsible laners, let's put it that way. If you want to like tear ass off piste and stuff like that, I'm highly against that. Firstly, please don't you get our lanes closed. Secondly, yeah, I'm not keen. There's plenty of cool lanes you can do without going illegally. I'm quite big on wildlife, you know, like I don't know if I could safely say like, oh, I enjoyed today if I'd like run over some ground nesting birds, or you know, like some rare wildlife or something like that. Or if I'd cost a farmer a whole bunch of money because he then had to like, you know, like roll in some boulders or pay for some fences to get fixed or stuff like that. If I knew that I was taking money out of like a hard-working guy's pocket, I don't know if I could say, yeah, top day. You know, just doesn't make sense, does it? Oh, so you can have a look at that. Look at that. Someone gave me some advice to stop my camera auto-focusing. I can't seem to find the setting that they were talking about. So let's put handbrake on here. In fact, let's turn engine off and leave it in gear because I'm on a bit of an incline. I'm going to unpause this and then let's I'll just nip up the top there onto that bit of track, and we'll take a little bit of a panoramic, shall we? Excuse the gormless smile, but and the shoddy camera work, I don't care. But wow, that's what it's about, eh? Very windy, otherwise I would have stayed out there and had a bit of a chat with you. I'm sure you will have heard the wind noise because that was obscene. You probably hear it now, rattling away. Wowza. But man, see the cat and fiddle in the distance. It's like 5 minutes from my house. Absolutely love it. I'm so glad I moved out of the city. I've got a little voltmeter down there. In fact, let's quickly show you. Let's have a quick cab tour. I have a little voltmeter plugged in, which shows my voltage running from the alternator, from the battery. Obviously that increases when the alternator is turned on. Currently at 13.5, perfecto. New radio which I installed. I did do a video on this. I'll upload it at some point. I just wanted it for the USB. It's like the cheapest USB player I could find, 40 quid. I did a modification, so you see there's no switches here. I moved them to here because there's a couple of spare slots. So now I've got central locking, rear window and 2 front windows, and Lucky Mascot and Subsurface Journal. Big shouts, Gaz Fairham. Love your books, mate. Your photography is outstanding. Yeah, there we go. I've got phone holder, tablet holder there from going on big trips. I do like having a tablet which hot spots off the phone and then gives me opportunity to have like big 10-inch touch screen there, which I will have like my GPX routes and that sort of stuff on. And then you can see the back where you can see the fold out table. And I normally carry, they live in the back generally. I've got some recovery boards, no rear seats. I'll do a full tour at some point. You can see the LED lights which I installed, which are nifty. I've got videos on all of that stuff, but man, I'm so lame at updating videos and having to like edit them and put them all up. I was clearing up my hard drive earlier because I've got 200 what's 2000 gig? Is it 2000 gig? Is 2 terabytes? Yeah man, like a lot. Like a lot. And I think, to be perfectly honest, the reason why I don't always upload it is because like you get a lot of views and not many people like commenting or bothering, and it sort of makes you feel like, well, if other people aren't bothered, then I'm not really. So I sort of just get out and enjoy it for myself, you know. But if people are more arsed, I'm just going to put hill descent on here. If people are more arsed, you know, people like engaging and subscribing and commenting, I'd be all about it. I'd be all about it. Because I've got loads of stuff that I can share. Let's pop that back in normal camera mode. Let's enjoy a bit of that, shall we? I love this climb on the way back up. When we get to the end, we're going to turn around and we're going to do it all in reverse. It's super cool. In fact, I'm just going to take hill descent off because I can go a little bit more than 4 miles an hour here. I do like to stick to the glass code of conduct, but you know, an hour is perfectly safe. Glass code of conduct. I might be wrong. That's one actually, because I always just crawl in first gear, like well under the recommended speed limit. If you know the glass code of conduct recommended speed limit, let me know in the comments. 10 or 15? You let me know. You let me know if you're a responsible laner. Let me know below. But I think from memory, from reading the Rave manual, the Freelander 1 when it's in hill descent is 4 miles, or like it might be something completely random. It was like 4.7 or something strange. Probably something to do with the gearing, right? Looks like there's a chap coming on a bike. I will make way. I'll clear some space. I'll let him have a clear run. And yeah. Let's put the camera around actually, just so you can see. Nice space for everyone out here, folks. Space, as long as you're responsible, there's space. Whoa, it's a bit louder when you're on hard tyres as well. A wee bit louder. But man. Sunset though. Gee whiz. I'll tell you what, I am actually going to go and trying to get my bearings because I've not got the map open. So I'm thinking like, which way am I going? No, I think I will turn and go back. I think I will. Cracking lane this, just up near the Cat and Fiddle. Those of you that have watched my videos, you'll know by now this is like the lane I probably do most, just because I pass it so often in so many different directions. It's a lovely lane, it's sustainable, you can drive it in any weather. Let the missus drive it in the snow. That video has already gone up. It's the one with the nice ambient music playing, and I think that it's one of those that's safe for pretty much everyone. Let's have a quick turn around here whilst there's a little. I'm not going to go, I mean I do have my recovery board, but I don't want to go too far into the verges. Yeah, my loose exhaust rattling away there. Right. That's what it's about. In the office, man. Sometimes I wonder why aren't there more people out here. You know, like people rush out on a Saturday and it's always like places are always rammed on a Saturday, and you think, just stop for a second. Because for me, having a little lane winding its way off into the distance, why wouldn't you? Just seeing in my rear view mirror a little camper van's pulled up into that lay-by that I just did a turn in, which is interesting. Doesn't look like it's four-wheel drive. Maybe they're just going to stop for the night in that lay-by, who knows? I'm not going to describe the van, I'm going to wait until I'm out of sight before I turn the camera back round, because that's their business. I suppose by the time this goes live on on the YouTube, sorry, it's not going to be today, so no harm, but in fact, there we go. Very like red, very red tones to the sunset today. Out and take a picture any minute. Maybe I'll wait till I get to the top. Yeah, there's a chap who got in touch, drives a Discovery, I think it's a 300 TDI. There's another chap who's been chatting away in the comments. I hope they're both watching today. He drives a Fiat Panda, and I was thinking, man, it'd be cool to go laning with a completely mismatched convoy. You know, like I've been out with the Freelander Club, and I've been out with the Volkswagen Club, and I've been out with like lots of different clubs. You know, there's like, you know, there's loads of different clubs, aren't there? And I think it's actually quite nice when you get a whole range of different vehicles all out together, and you get to like see how each of them perform in different ways. I think that's super cool, and also I think it's nice to support each other. Right, let's pause this camera. I'm going to take a few pictures. Let's get the framing right. Nice to get a few shots of the old boy in the sunset. Whew. Turned into a moderately long video here, folks, but hey, I don't care. You don't have to watch. That's the mood I'm in at the moment. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. You don't want to watch, you don't have to. Feel free to click off. I'm going to stop saying stuff like, comment, subscribe, because no fucker does anyway. There we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Excuse my language, by the way. Definitely not safe for work. I don't suspect there'd be any kids watching. I am a bit bit sweary. When I've been on video in the past, I've always tried to like hold my language and be polite and blah blah blah. But also, I have to accept that I'm a bit sweary. That's my style. I shall have to make amends for that. I've been thinking about for a long while actually getting a really nice digital camera. I've priced up a couple. I can't remember what the Sony one was called, A85 maybe, something like that. A little bit pricey. Get a decent quality second-hand one for about 600 quid, but then they're at 1,000 in most cases. But I tell you what, like just for a sunset like this, the quality of the pictures you get of them is crazy, man. Crazy. I'm just gonna put my foot down a little bit on this hill climb, keeping it to a very modest 12 miles an hour. Sounds a lot louder. Oh. Slowing back down as we reach the challenging stuff. I won't be surprised if I span a few wheels here. That nice motorbike has obviously had exactly the same idea as I had, because he was just coming back the other way. He was in a verge there. He wasn't off piste. It looked like he just pulled over for me because he got straight back on as soon as I got out of the way. So that was very nice of him. So yeah. That's that. I might pull over here and have a wee snapshot of the countryside. Lovely. What, you're probably a bit sick of my face by now. If that, so I'll leave the camera facing forward, but if it keeps doing its weird white balance thing, let's see if I can get it to focus. Is that better? I should probably be a little bit slower here because it does get rough, and I am on very high pressure tyres, and this is not the place to get a flat, because although I do have jack and a spare and blah blah blah, it's quite steep. You want to be changing a tyre on this or having to roll down half a kilometre to get to the flat on a flat tyre. That would suck. That would be super crap. I think whilst it's tough to actually gauge what's going, because like last time I was on this lane it was under about 2 foot of snow, so it felt, believe it or not, it felt rocky, but it felt like not as much of a challenge. As I'm looking at it here, I'm going, wow, there's actually a couple of bits that are pretty challenging. I think that if you, should I go for it? Go on, I'll take this. I'm going to take his bonus line. Take the bonus line. definitely cocked a wheel in the air there. Wowzer. That was a little bit risky on your own, Chris. Oh well. Whew, I got the heart pumping a little bit. Wow. I don't think I've done that obstacle before. So I should probably talk to you a little bit about the Wild Atlantic Way. Put videos of that up. I'm not sure what order I'm going to put this up. You may have already seen the videos, or you may be about to see the videos, who knows. But spoiler alert, the Wild Atlantic Way is awesome. Did like just over 1,000 miles. We thought it was going to be a lot more. But we did 7 or 8 days, and it's weird the driving over in Ireland because it's not huge. For some reason I thought it was a lot larger. We did the bottom half of Ireland, bottom half of Era. So we didn't go into Northern Ireland, and we didn't do the north of Ireland. We did all the south coast. We did Limerick, Galway, Cork. We didn't go up as far as like Cavan and whatnot, but it was absolutely gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I highly recommend it. Just lovely. We went south from Dublin down to Wexford, and then followed the coast clockwise until we got to Galway, and then went east directly across inland back to Dublin. We stayed in Airbnbs, one hotel because we had a horrible Airbnb owner, so when she spoke to us we literally just went, nah, you're alright, and packed up our stuff and left. Airbnb didn't give us a refund even though she was violent and intimidating, which probably means I doubt I'll use Airbnb again, just because they're absolutely awful. Their customer service basically said, well, we're going to leave it down to the discretion of the owner. And I was like, well, the owner's not going to refund me if she was violent and intimidating, is she? You need to intervene, and they just wouldn't. So that was a weird situation. Well, it didn't ruin the holiday, actually. I think it sort of added an element of adventure. We ended up staying in a really nice hotel. When I put up the details, when I put up the video rather, I'll put their details in the comments, because the hotel was not much more than an Airbnb, and they were absolutely lovely. Like, the place was immaculate, and you know, they had all the facilities. So just goes to show, I've always been a fan of Airbnb, but if you get a terrible owner and they choose to bully you, there's not much you can do about it, which is weird. Jaunty angle. At some point I might turn into one of those YouTubers, you know, that gets out every 10 yards to reset the camera and film himself. What do you think of that, folks? Is that the go or what? Right, thank you all for tuning in. Been a long one. Wow, half an hour. 10 past 8, I best get to the gym. It's only meant to be a wee little jaunt. Do I have some snacks? I'm sure I've got some snacks somewhere. Been out long enough to warrant a snack. Folks, it's been fab. Like, comment, subscribe, share, chat, blah blah blah, or don't care less. It's fun to get out. Peace.